treat this particular case as a peculiar and individual case, not generalize this particular occurrence or happening. I said earlier that DIG should have seen exactly what was happening, that he has taken 18 days leave or 1 week leave or 1 month leave to allow for investigations. When you take leave, you don't hold office. I mean, you leave somebody in charge and anything can happen. And face consequences then, other than lie that is going on, stepping aside, leaving the office for investigations, specifically for the investigations. We also are alive to the fact that the investigations have not ended. So in this case, and I said that there must be provisions to discipline such an occurrence. Now, I would like to dissociate myself from the comments of Honorable Senator Newt. Trying to generalize this and trying to bring in other factors and other people into this particular issue. This is a specific issue involving an individual who has written the letter and published this letter and has also written to court. And the assumption that it is being prepared cannot be backed by any fact. It's just a hearsay. Is being prepared to take over? I don't think so. We have seen in this particular country that it is not just the DIG who takes over to the top. Any other person in a senior position can take over. And we have seen it. Somebody in charge of a region coming to the top of the police force. So that particular insinuation is wrong.
Okay.
So when it comes to what the Inspector General should actually do, I may not be able to tell you exactly what he should do, but I should say that he should follow the law to deal with this particular issue.
As a member of the National Assembly, you don't think that the National Assembly has any role to play?
No. That's not this. I said Inspector General, not National Assembly. I was coming to the National Assembly. Now, I'm saying that I need to maybe appraise myself on the provisions so that probably we can accost. I believe there must be provisions within the conduct of the police force that the Inspector General can apply to discipline its junior. Now, coming to Parliament, Parliament has an oversight role over everyone, and the Committee on Security should be able to summon the Inspector General to explain exactly the circumstances around this lie and how they want to deal with this particular case so that Kenyans can know that the procedures thereby are going to be followed. And such commitments should also be followed by action. Because if we leave it to the management of the police force, then of course people will not feel safe with the police, and people need to feel safe with the police. Now, the discussion around
Tigania West Member of Parliament Dr. John Mutunga has criticized the handling of the investigation into the death of Albert Ojwang, focusing on what he termed as dishonest and lack of accountability by top officials. He specifically pointed to the Deputy Inspector General of Police Eliud Lagat, accused him of misleading the public by claiming he had stepped aside from duty while he had only taken a short leave. According to the MP, DIG Lagat submitted a letter that made it appear as though he had voluntarily stepped aside to allow investigation to take place. However, it later came to light that he had actually gone on an 18-day leave, which was approved by Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja. This, Dr. Mutunga stated, was a contradicting and an act of misconduct that should not be or that should not go unpunished. Dr. Mutunga emphasized that such action by senior government officials damage public trust and show lack of seriousness in dealing with matters involving the loss of life, especially in cases connected to police brutality. He said that misleading both the state and the public about one's role in an ongoing investigation is a serious issue that should not be brushed aside. The MP added that the case should be treated as a general problem within the service of police, but as an individual matter that required direct action. In his view, DIG Lagat should be held personally accountable for providing misleading information. He also pointed out that Inspector General of Police should be transparent from beginning and made it clear whether DIG Lagat was stepping aside to the ongoing investigation or simply taking a leave. He further argued that failure to act on this issue sent a dangerous message that senior officials can lie to the public and avoid consequences. Dr. Mutunga stressed that no one should be above the law, regardless of their position in government or the police service. He noted that those in leadership must uphold the highest standard of integrity, especially when dealing with matters involving the lives and rights of citizens. Dr. Mutunga also reminded the public that the Constitution guarantees the right to life and justice for every Kenyan. He said that when public officials fail to tell the truth or use their office to protect themselves instead of upholding justice, they weaken the very foundation of the rule of law.
As much as you have. And besides the headline, there is the letter by DIG. And the contradiction. I would be very wrong to tell Kenyans that he was right to say that he's stepping aside and then takes leave. He should simply have said, I've taken 18 days leave or 1 week leave. So there is a mistake in that particular issue. So this is a misconduct in my very considered opinion. When a public official does such things, there are penalties. So he should be held personally responsible for lying to the government. I mean, lying to the state, lying to the people of Kenya, and lying to the world at large, as a person, as an individual. Because if you look at the IG on the connotations next to the portrait, the IG approved annual leave of 18 days. And on this other side, the DIG claimed to have stepped aside. So there is absolutely nothing wrong for the IG to approve leave. But I think the statement by the DIG is wrong.
But what does it say also about the position of the IG of police as the boss to the DIG who had misled Kenyans? Is this a person in control of the police service, that your junior could actually tell the public that he has stepped aside while in essence you have approved leave for 18 days?
I think the IG has the obligation to also tell Kenyans the truth, which means he needed to. There must be some disciplinary measures provided for in this particular placement within the police management structure. So I believe when the DIG made the statement, that's what I imagine, then the IG shouldn't, procedurally, I don't think it would have been right for him to come out and start antagonizing immediately. What he needs to do is use the inherent, or rather the provided procedures within this particular docket to take the necessary action. Right. But confrontation, open confrontation before the public is also not isn't a very good choice in these particular circumstances.
Allow me to welcome Titus Lote and Pika Cheleba to the panel. Karibu sana Bwana Lote.